Hi there, sports fans. This is Playitright TV, and I'm Kinito Henson. And tonight, in this special episode, we'll talk spikes, digs, we'll talk dinks, and we'll talk about volleyball, one of the most popular sports in the country. And we've got as our guest no less than our national women's volleyball coach, Jorge Edson Souza de Brito. Nice to see you again, Coach Jorge.
Nice to see you too. Happy New Year, Kinito.
All right.
Also, Happy New Year. Yeah.
Happy New Year, indeed. And later on, we're going to have some guest players from the Akari Power Chargers, a team that Coach Jorge coaches in the PVL. And, well, let's get right down to it. Coach Jorge, the PVL, the Premier Volleyball League, the All-Filipino Conference is going to be starting February 4th. Akari is playing. There will be 9 teams. A lot of changes, a lot of players, a lot of coaches have transferred for this coming conference.
Okay, it's good for everyone, good for the fans especially, and it's a challenge for all of us, the coaches, because you see, many coaches, many teams, there are new coaches, new lineups, and I'm lucky because I have some good players into our team, inside our team. Then I think it'll be really good for everyone.
Well, we've got a lineup here of the teams competing in the All-Filipino Conference and then the coaches. Can you see these names of your opposing coaches, Coach Jorge? We're seeing that Oliver Almadro has gone to Petrogas. Regine Diego,
yeah.
The only woman coach in the PVL, Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. Raul Ricafort has moved from Petrogas to PLDT. Some other changes in the coaching lineups. What do you think is the most impactful change among the coaches, Coach Jorge?
Maybe impactful one, I see maybe the Chocomucho changing. It's good. Okay, so that you could see that because it's a coach also from national team, the men's national team, and then you can see the big difference. But you cannot say this is the only one because you see a special one again. Oliver Amado coming for the champion team, so this is a big challenge. So when you take and you change the team, you pick up one that really. So all the changes are really important. But you have to see maybe the only 2 coaches that no changes. 3, Shaq de los Santos on signal, Sherry Menez is there, and me is still starting here in Akari. So it will be a lot of changes of systems. It will be really good. I don't think it's so important, but it's also good coming the men's coach coming inside. Not because I think this is the difference because a coach who was coaching men's coming to the women's team. This is an important difference.
Well, Coach Jorge, Akari played in his first conference last time out in the 2022 Reinforced. Akari took 8th place. You had an exceptional import in Priscilla Rivera, a very experienced veteran. Now that you won't have an import, is it going to be a big change in your system?
Well, Priscilla helped us a lot in the past, and she gave a lot of marks to us, but not that 44 points, but every day training with us. I think it's our changing lineup. It's now there's a good balance. You see, you can put, you have our opens, and also we reinforced our opposites. So you have to play front and back, almost the same level, you can see, because Jinjin, she's really experienced one. And in the last conference, you had Erica coming from the UAP and Laika Ebon. Now we joined more 2 players to play at Ellie Soyud, and also Jinjin. Because, you know, we don't need to no comments about, you know the history and you know how good can she play.
For sure. But let me ask you, if I may, some personal questions, Coach Jorge.
Yes, please.
Can you tell me which was the more memorable experience for you? winning the gold medal for Brazil in the 1992 Olympics as a player, or being an assistant coach with the Brazil team that won the 2008 Olympic gold medal as a remote assistant coach? Which was more memorable for you?
Look, they're so different because one, both of them are special, but being inside a court is too much, too much better. You know, you feel that you can make the difference. Also, as a coach, you've been working and doing your job. You know how can you impact your players and make them play. But you know, the decision is always with the players. Then I say, I can do whatever I want. I don't spike anymore. I don't block anymore. And the guys are so lucky right now playing because it's
Yeah.
too much easier and so fascinating to play. It's exciting to be a player. So I think 92. 92. Since because the
92.
first one as a player, 92. Sure.
Okay. Now, talking about your coaching career, and you were talking about that just now, you've coached in Brazil, you've coached in Turkey, you've coached in Japan, Korea, and now in the Philippines. How different
Yeah.
is it coaching in the Philippines compared to coaching in those other countries?
Well, also the first thing that you have to understand that is every volleyball country their their own culture. So it's
Mhm.
different. By the way, it's different. You have to understand first. Try to do your best to understand how the players think, how the environment in volleyball, and the kind of level they are. It's a different stage level that you can see. Korea is in one stage, and you can also check the Turkey. Right now, they are really, really in a high level than us, but we are on the way. But the difference is you have to be serious all the time. You see,
Mhm.
because you know there's a lot of things involved in this work with foreign players. So in this case, a foreign coach, because I want to implement a lot of things, but most of them maybe don't make sense or don't
Mhm.
make not yet make sense for the players that you handle, or even in the tournament that you're playing, and and you are on the way to be much better, to growing up. You are in it's a process, and in this process, right now here it's a big challenge, and it's an honor and a pleasure work with these guys because you know we are doing. I can see after the pandemic because you know maybe the other countries they gave also a step back all of
Mhm.
us, even in Brazil, because no one can see how be affected to stop 2 years or 1.5 without big competitions, and they have to develop a kind of a different kind of trainings, and uh, and we are doing great right now. So for me, it's a pleasure, like I said before. Okay, and
Coach Jorge,
challenge every single day.
the Filipino players are very similar to the Brazilian players in terms of being graceful, in terms of being so coordinated in their movement, and also they're probably as pretty as the Brazilian players. Am I correct?
Yes, true. That's true. Nothing to add, you know, nothing to add. They are, yes. Any play, any team. Uh, Now it's all connected. So internet is helping us a lot. You can check, you can see, but this is nothing to comment about this exactly at this point.
Okay, let's show now on our screens the pool of 17 players whom you have chosen for our national team. So you have Valdez, Carlos de Guzman, Galanza, Domingo Atienza, Paat, Phillips, Cayuna, Tolentino, Nunag, Samonte Reyes, Palomata, Arado, and then two girls from the collegiate leagues, Pelaya and Nogales. I noticed, Coach Jorge, that you don't have a single player from this pool coming from Akari. Is there a reason for that, Coach Jorge? I'll put you on the spot.
Okay, look, this is let's talk first for this pool. This is an official pool, but by the way, I love this one. These guys,
Okay.
okay? We've been training, and all of them they are really good, and I can put more players in this lineup. Also because you want to use the PVL also to bring the best ones closer to the competition. That will be fair and will be good for us and better for the results. But see, once you don't have players, don't mean that you don't try to get some in the past.
Okay.
But by the way, maybe in the future, and also you're still working hard there to have the players from Akari in the lineup since they get at a perfect level to be there. Okay. I'm sure that I don't want to be the guy who want to bring a player inside, not because I'm not afraid to be contested for someone that why this you bring this one because it's from your team, because
Yes.
it's pretty clear and easy for me to say that I want to bring the best ones or someone who will complete and connect with the other players that you can make the best team for the Filipino volleyball national team. That's it.
Right. So, Coach Jorge,
Right
you're
now,
saying,
maybe in the future, in the
yeah.
future, really soon, I hope all my teams can be reached for, even not for me, even the next coach, they can call Akari, bring 5 or 6 like the players that you have there.
Yeah. So, in other words, this pool is a moving pool. It can be added, there can be subtracted. But I think maybe one reason why you did put any Akari player here is because you want to challenge them to even show more than they can in this coming All Filipino Conference. Am I correct, Coach Jorge?
Oh, it's a good reason. It's a good. I will use this tomorrow. Very good,
Okay.
Kini. You're good on this. I use this in the morning. I guess they don't hear this now, and then I can use this as a fresh news for me.
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about your new players in Akari. You've got Sheila Pineda coming from Petrogas. You've got Christine
Champion.
Soyo coming from PLDT. And then there's Camille Victoria coming from UST. And then, of course, you've got Dindin Manabat coming from Sheritigo. How crucial, how important are these 4 pieces in your lineup in this All Filipino Conference?
Look, now we got the 3 really good liberos that you can mix and fix as a receiver and players that a fight between them is always good for the team. So we complete our lineup with the liberos and bring in a champion. That's the last moment that she played, so she will bring this for us. Dindin as a special player was in the national team in the first lineup in the Thailand last when I come in 21, and now she's back. She denied that in the past because she had her own reasons, and I really agreed with that. Too much time away from her daughter at that time. Then perfect. So there's a lot of potential in this player, and she came to the right place right now because she wants. She comes because she wants, and then we really can afford the best training for her to develop her. We're trying to do that, and then Camille Victoria. It's right now she's you have 2 stats. One is opposite and another one is a middle blocker. She'll help us in this conference as a middle blocker for us. It'll be really important. Even the last 2 years she was playing as a opposite, and well, she's surprising me every day. So it's good. It's good.
Oh, that's
It's
very
really
good news.
important for us because now we can be more consistent with our change in the lineup. Principle is very important because all Filipino, and I think they fit very good for us.
Okay, now we've talked about the changes in your lineup. Let's talk about the changes in the other teams' lineups. You've got Gaston going to Cheritigo from Chocomucho. We've got Basas going from PLDT to Signal. Clemente, F2 to Petrogas. Hervasio is going to Petrogas as well from F2. You've got Morente going from Army to PLDT. Myla Pablo from Petrogas to F2. Out of all of those major player changes, Coach Jorge, what do you think is the most significant player movement outside of Dindin going to your team?
Well, if I could say just right now, the Myla will improve a lot, F2.
Mm-hmm.
You help a lot. I think maybe in the last conference there's a lack because I know also that Chamzom left stopped to play. They will miss. There's a slot there as open, and it will be just like us, more balance between the opposite and opens. Now they are really in the balance. There's I think the best change, significant change in all the lineups will be Myla Pablo there.
Myla Pablo. Okay. Now, yeah. Coach Jorge, we've got Dani Rovena ready to join us here. We're excited to see her again. Hi, Dani. Hi, Dani.
Hi, Sir.
Less than 1 hour. Hi again. Less than 1 hour.
Less than an hour with you again.
We've been chatting here, Dani, with Coach Jorge about everything and anything about volleyball. Yeah. But now that you're here, we want to hear from you. Dani, you've got new teammates. You've got Sheila Pineda, Christine Soyud, Camille Victoria, and Dindin Manabat. What do you think of your new additions, and how excited are you to play with your new teammates?
Oh, of course. Imagine the names that I actually hear. Hindi ko pa, it doesn't sink in yet na I'm teammates with Ate Bang Pineda because she's really an idol of mine and someone I really look up to. And now she's my teammate, she's my ate. Siguro yung na-add sa team are veterans. So it's the perfect balance for us because we are a new team and most of us are really young. So having those players to look up to, even just in training, really helps us a lot. And at the same time, I heard what Coach Jorge said. Also, what he mentions to us every day, that, the competition doesn't start when you face your opponent. The competition starts in training because somehow you're competing against your own teammates, the same position you're in. So it's always just a healthy competition inside and also challenging for us as athletes because you really want to do better each day, what you can learn, what you can do better for yourself and for the team. So it's just really fun now and, like what I said, veterans yung pumasok and I'm just really blessed to be able to play with my idols.
Dani, sa dami ng mga player changes, sa dami ng mga coaching changes, what do you think was the most major player change? The most shocking to you?
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking for me was siguro Ate Dindin, honestly. Like, I never would imagine, Ate Dindin, because I never would have imagined that she would be my teammate. I mean, I've seen Ate Dindin play when she was in college and I was still Ate Dindin, sorry for the age reveal, pero when I was still in grade school, when she was already playing, I was still in grade school.
Now you say sorry.
I know, I said Ate Dindin's age. No. But
wait for tomorrow.
I know, even with her experience talaga, she really helped us. And it was a surprise to me that, she opted to play in this younger team because yun nga, veteran siya. And all the experience that she had, not only locally, but also internationally playing for the Philippine team during her days. So, parang for me, yun nga, it's like a blessing talaga to be able to play with your idol, someone that you just was watching before when you were a kid, and now I can finally share the court with her. So, super blessed.
Hi there, Michelle. Hey, we've got Michelle Cobb now joining us. This is getting even more interesting.
Hello po.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Coach Jorge, just talking about Dindin.
Hi, Coach.
Talking about Dindin, how were you able to get Dindin? Did she go to Akari or did you invite her to join Akari? What was the process?
The process, we're always going after the best players, and she was the one. Of course, we are really happy because she accepted her challenge. It's a challenge for her. It's a challenge for us also give the best lineup for her to help her to develop the best volleyball. So we, of course, we made the first step.
Okay.
Because you are not the only option for her. You see, a player at this caliber, this is not the only one. We are not the only one at that time.
Okay, Michelle, okay, we'll ask you, you're on mute now, but we'll ask you, Michelle, about your experience with Akari, okay? Akari has had only one conference in terms of experience in the PVL, Reinforced Conference. You took 8th place, but let me just review your performance. 3 wins, 5 losses. You beat Army 3-0. You beat Chocomucho 3-2. You beat F2 3-1. And you lost to Cheritigo 3-2. That was a close one. And then you lost to Signal 3-1. And you lost to Creamline 3-1. And the other two, you lost by shutouts. So what can you take out of that experience in the reinforced? Lessons that you learned that you can bring over to the All Filipino, especially since you must have learned a lot from Priscilla Rivera.
I think the whole reinforced conference was a really big lesson for us, especially in terms of how crucial every game could be, and the opportunity to win is not always going to be there. And it was really clear to us last conference na we had so much chances to win, and the games could have turned out a lot better if we did grab that chance to win, because we did have a lot of opportunities to win that time. So I feel like coming into this conference, it's more of sort of believing in what we can do. Kasi nga the past conference, we were kind of like testing pa lang, like how we would actually move and all. But I feel like now, whenever we get the chance to win, we should be there, So yun po.
You think the chemistry is there now for you to be competitive and go for the semifinals in the All Filipino?
I feel like definitely this conference, it's more of like...
Look at the pressure. Don't go to the pressure, Michelle.
Sorry, what?
Pressure.
What?
The pressure. You put in pressure, Michelle.
It's more of...
Look at the pressure. Kinito doing pressure on you.
Coach! No!
Talking about semifinals already, Michelle.
It's really about discovering it step by step for me, sir. As in, like, getting our groove every game, getting better every game, winning every game. So,
okay, let me ask Dani now. Let's go to your picks for this conference. If you were to choose before the season starts, before the conference begins, the two finalists in this conference, what would those two finalists be? Dani.
Of course, the first team is us, Akari.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
And then the other one would be?
Team. Siguro, honestly, anyone, because we're not really preparing for just one team this conference. It may sound like a cliche answer, but that's our mentality. Again, what Ate Mitch said, since the last conference, we understood and we now know that every game is so important, because before, last conference, you're always like, sayang the Signal game, sayang the Cherry game, kasi you only realize it at the end, when you can't do anything about it. So we don't want to be on that same path. We don't want to end up regretting or saying what if, because it really feels bad. It sucks. So now we're just really, focusing on ourselves, like what Ate Mitch said also, and Coach Jorge. It's really all about us this conference, not really targeting which team to beat or which team yung mas gusto namin makalaban. It's really us, and then working together in order to get that perfect combination, to get that perfect chemistry, and then moving towards our goal, which is of course to win the Filipino conference.
Oh, that's the right attitude. Michelle, let me ask you, okay, in the reinforced conference, what was more memorable for you? Losing to Cheritigo 3-2 or beating Chocomucho 3-2?
Definitely winning. Definitely beating Chocomucho 3-2. Kasi that was a very memorable game, kasi Priscilla made history that game,
Yes.
as the highest scoring, not just import, as a player in the PVL. So that
44 points ba?
44 points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, unbelievable. Oh, okay.
So that was definitely memorable. And
Really?
and it was, syempre, winning a 5-setter is really just rewarding in itself.
Yeah.
So.
But losing the 5-setter, sometimes people say that you learn more from losing than from winning. And Cheritigo, didn't play in that game? Dani?
No.
Ate didn't.
She did.
Yeah, she didn't. But she was really eager to
She was
play.
eager to play.
siguro thankful rin kami na she didn't play somehow because, you know, it would have like not reached a 5-setter. Baka mas napaagam. So, wala. It was like a good, ano naman, when Ate Dindin came, that was the first thing she mentioned. And it's just fun because, you know, one day she's your opponent and then the next conference she's your teammate. So,
Yeah,
wala. The volleyball world is really small. So, we're all just happy that, you know, we're surrounded by amazing athletes and athletes now.
Coach Jorge, what do you think was the most memorable match in the reinforced for Akari?
Okay, by the results, I think the last one against F2.
Okay.
Okay, because we can finish the competition with a good feeling. You see that you've been working good, and
Yes.
we also are this after 7 matches. That last one, as an 18 match, was really important. You'll be in our best level after play, lose and learn. Like you talked before, yeah. So we learn with when you lose. We've been learning in that last one. It's you know, just let's give it our best. Let's play, not just play for fun, but play. Try to use using all the things that you learn in this competition. I think the memorable, not because you won that match, but also because you make a great finale. You see,
Yeah,
I
and that
think
was
this
certainly
one
a great
memorable.
finale. And I'm
Yeah.
sure it also impacted F2 so much that they changed their coach. And they also had some major changes in their lineup.
Well, I don't think exactly we are the reason, but
Okay.
this happen all the times. This happen all the times, and it's good for the clubs. It's good for the players because you know it's a different kind of systems. We're always trying to do something better. The coaches, it's so important. You see, the best part is play, but also it's I think maybe not in this conference, but maybe in the next because it's a single round. It's just a single round. You have
Yes.
to be prepared to play, and you don't have a chance to play against each other again if you don't reach the finals. So for me, for the coaches in general, I'm sure that when you have the 2 rounds, that you can work on the first one and make some changes for the next. You'll be much better fans. That you can see the difference between the first round and the second round for those teams. It'll be good for us.
Yeah. Just talking about the tournament format, Danny, can you just review for us the tournament format? So it's going to be a single round robin
Yes.
eliminations. Top
Yes.
4 will go to the semifinals. Then they'll play another round.
No, they will like what the last conference, it was also playoffs. So if no team is tied at the 4th place, then it's again 1, 4, 2, 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll play each other again in the
Yes.
semifinals.
Yeah, so
And
you'll
then
be able
afterwards,
to just play them. You'll just play the same team when you reach the, like what Coach Jorge said, the semis. So
that's
other
right.
than that, if you don't reach it, then it's just the elimination round.
Okay. And then afterwards, top 2 in the semifinals will play best of
Yes.
3 for the championship.
Yeah.
And the lower 2 will play best of 3 also
Best of
for the 3rd place.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Michelle, let me ask you some hard questions here. Michelle, who do you think is your bet to be the MVP in the All Filipino Conference?
I think it's hard to tell po, honestly. Kasi, I mean, we have,
Uh,
like, it's sort of like, ano din, parang trying to predict the finals na, you know, it's really like anyone's ball game at this time. Pero,
you think
syempre, we
so?
have like our standouts naman, like from other teams, syempre. Like, we have, I think, based on like last conference, it's more of Ate Mai in Charity Go. Kasi like, medyo parang she was scoring more than the import nga. So, yung mga ganong, may ganong options din, like, syempre with Ate Mai. But also, I feel like, yeah, it's anyone's ball game, especially kasi every conference naman is sort of like a reset na like if you're on top doesn't necessarily mean you're also going to be on top the next conference. So I think just the viewers will just have to wait and look forward to it.
Yeah, well, that'll be an exciting wait. Danny, what do you think? If you were to choose the best libero in this conference, who do you think it will be?
Oh, for me, honestly, Ate Bang, let's go. Like, That's why she came to the team naman, really, to help us. Like, for me, again, what I said a while ago, to be able to share the court, well, not really share because you can't be on the same court, but to be able to train together with such an amazing athlete and an ate talaga. You know, I just try to like copy what she does, and hopefully, you know, I learn a lot also, because at the end, you know, she's my teammate, but also she's also my competition. We're in the same position, and I just, you know, her entering the team, it's really a challenge for me, because I know Ate Bang is there, but what can I also contribute to the team? You know, what can I add to the team in order to help us win? What I can do, also just not inside the court, also off the court. I learn a lot from her. So just her work ethic, and yeah, I go for Ate Bang because, you know, her experience naman rin, hindi rin siya bago. So she has a lot of experience, and you know, I'm rooting for her this conference. Rooting for the entire Akari, of course.
Yeah, well, I want to thank all of you guys for joining us here on Playitright TV. Akari Power Chargers, best of luck to you. Coach Jorge, can we ask you for just a few words to invite all of your fans, all of those who are cheering for Brazil and for Akari, to go over to the venue and go Chargers. Please, Coach Jorge.
Yes, please, to all of the fans of Akari and the volleyball fans around the world, and especially the guys here in Philippines, please go there to support us, go there to support our players. We are really, really happy to this competition. We are at the point to make you proud to support us. Okay, we're gonna give you the best. We're gonna give the best you can.
Wow, that's exciting news. Michelle, your final words? We're excited to watch you again.
We're inviting all of you to please come watch on February 4. That's 4 p.m. against Chocomucho in the Smart Arenata Coliseum. And looking forward to seeing everyone. And we're all excited to play for the PVL.
All right. And Dani?
Also, first of all, thank you to all of our fans and to our growing Akari family. We hope that we'll see you in our games, and we'll just do our best 100%. So just to see you guys there is such a blessing to us, and hopefully dumami pa tayo lahat, and sana makita-kita tayo sa first game namin.
All right. Thanks very much, guys. And thanks for joining Playitright TV once more, Coach Jorge and Michelle and
Thank
Dani.
you so much.
It was fun talking to you guys. Your insights are always so nice to hear. Best of luck to you
in
the All Filipino Conference. See you guys.
Thank you.
Maraming tomorrow, Coach Jorge.
Well, there you have it, folks. A nice chat with Coach Jorge. We were able to get him almost one-on-one before Michelle and Dani came to join our episode. But it was nice talking to Coach Jorge because he's such a learned volleyball tactician, as well as having been a player himself. He was talking about all the different countries where he coached. And the more memorable experience, of course, was playing for Brazil in the 1992 Olympics, where they won the gold medal. Much more memorable than when he was a remote assistant coach when Brazil won the 2008 Olympic gold medal in women's volleyball. Well, that's it for Playitright TV. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's Playitright TV. And go over to our sister company's website. That's Playitright.com for all these promo deals, for all the products that you need, sports equipment, sports apparel, and accessories. Remember, Playitright.com. They've got everything you need. Plus, it's not just the brands that you see here in these pictures, but you also have other brands that you can check out, from footwear to clothing to everything else related to sports. So that's it. Playitright TV, thanks you very much for joining us. And this is Kinito Henson saying, see you next time. Always play it right.